A lot of people walking around with so many stomach issues, but they think it's normal, so they've accepted the pain and they're living like this. I'm talking about bloating, gas, and all those heavy feeling after eating a meal. Is this normal to feel like this after you eat? Our stomachs are not supposed to be struggling, because if there is a struggle, then there is something wrong, and most of the time it's what you are eating and how you combining the food. But the good news is that everything can be changed really quickly. So I'm gonna share with you guys 5 essential tips that you can implement starting today, and it's gonna help your stomach to work properly again. Are you ready? So let's go. Number 1, let's talk about greens. Greens are amazing, and I absolutely think that we supposed to be eating certain amounts of greens per day, because they have all these minerals, all these nutrients, other vitamins, all kinds of good nutrition in there. But the problem is that a lot of people don't eat a lot of greens, right? And let's say you decided, okay, I'm gonna be healthy and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy some kale, I'm gonna chop it up and eat it, and then an hour later you're sitting there bloated, gassy, you're feeling like crap, and you are like, why did I even eat that kale? I don't think kale works for me. But you know, that's not necessarily true. You just have to introduce yourself to the kale and to everything else kind of slowly. So first of all, don't start with kale, okay? Just have some tender leafy greens, for example, like spinach or even iceberg lettuce, romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, like very tender. Those are really easy to digest, and don't eat large quantities. Just start slowly, a little bit at a time, and that way it's gonna be so much easier for you to process all these greens, because if you are not used to, you're gonna have some serious bloating going on. Like at the beginning when I started eating large salads, because I wasn't used to eating a lot of big salads. So at the very beginning I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna eat this whole salad, and then an hour later I was sitting and I'm like, oh, now I need to have some, I don't know, charcoal or something to help me out. So I'm not doing that anymore, because I changed a lot of things in the past couple of years and I'm feeling so much better. Like I said, I used to be really bloated, but not anymore. I don't get bloated that often. Sometimes it might happen, but most of the time it's fine. But let's talk about kale, right? Because there is something also that you can do to help you digest that kale if you really decide to eat kale, okay? So what you can do, usually I don't eat the stems, okay? I separate the green parts, right? The leaves, I separate from this kind of like a stem looking piece. I just chop up my leaves, and I usually save the stem for my smoothie or something like that, but I don't put that in a salad because it's really hard to digest. It's really rough, okay? It's like I can't even chew it. So imagine how difficult it is for your stomach to process this whole kale stem. Anyway, so what I do, I just put it in a bowl and I just kind of like sprinkle maybe lime or lemon juice, put maybe a little bit avocado, and I kind of, you know, massage it really good, so that all these cell walls, they kind of like, you know, broken down, and it's gonna be easier for you to chew, and it's gonna be easier for you to digest, and you know, you're not gonna be suffering later on with all these stomach aches. So that's a really good tip. You gotta do this with kale all the time, unless of course you're not eating raw and you'd like to steam it. That's fine. It's easier to kind of, you know, digest steamed, you know, kale than freshly raw too. For some people, especially if you're not used to, it's probably a better route to, you know, start like that. Just have some steamed kale. Number 2 is not chewing enough. Okay, this tip, everybody knows this tip probably, right? That we're supposed to be chewing our food. This is like a natural thing that built into us. We don't even supposed to think about it. But a lot of people are so in a rush these days, so they just gobble up everything so quickly, and half of the food is not even being chewed up. And that's obviously could be a really big issue for your stomach, because your stomach doesn't have teeth. So you're supposed to chew your food, and yeah, just chew your food. Sometimes when I gobble up my salad really quickly, I will get bloated, but you know, I try to chew. I try to sit down and find that time to eat whatever I'm eating and trying to chew. Okay, you know, digestion starts in your mouth, right? So even if you drink a smoothie, you're supposed to kind of like slightly chew it a little bit. You know, when you drink tea, when you drink juice or anything, that's different. But smoothie is kind of like, you know, eating an apple, but only in a mushy form. And you know, you gotta like kind of give that digestion start in your mouth first. So Just chew your food, guys, okay? Like ideally we should be chewing it until everything is liquefied in our mouth, but I know that only maybe 0.0001% of all the people on this earth maybe do it. The rest of the people just like gobble up. So just don't just gobble up, just do a little bit more chewing. Better than just swallowing as a whole, because you know we're not snakes, we can't just do that. Okay, tip number 3, do not eat right before you go to sleep. Again, you probably heard this before, but this is very, very important, because if you're trying to get rid of all these bloating and gas issues, this could also be contributing, because during sleep time your digestion actually slows down, so it doesn't process the food as fast as during the day, okay? And we're supposed to be resting, not digesting, right? So what we need to do, we need to eat at least 3 hours before, right? Just 3 hours before. And don't eat super heavy food. Like I stopped eating huge salads, right? I don't eat huge salads before I go to sleep. I eat them during lunch, and no, I don't have food coma after eating that, okay? I eat them during lunch, and then for dinner I might have some sort of fruity ice cream or just whatever. I just chop up a whole bunch of fruit. And if I'm still hungry and I want something heavier and more grounding, I guess, I might have a little handful of, let's say, pistachios. That's it. That's all I might eat. And then I feel okay. 3 or even 4 hours later, I go to sleep and it's fine. My digestion is fine. I wake up in the morning more, energized, I feel more lighter. I don't feel this, heaviness. It's like I'm dragging myself out of the bed. And I wake up pretty early, okay? I wake up between 4:45 and 5 a.m. So yeah, you gotta stop eating much early. Number 4, if you're trying to eat lots of fruit, and by the way, everybody should be eating lots of fruit because this is our species-specific diet. Anyway, so if you're trying to increase the amount of fruit in your diet, just start slowly. If you're not used to eating a bunch of, oranges in one sitting, start slowly. Just eat 1 orange, and then a little bit later, just eat another orange. Or if you can have 2 oranges, just have 2 oranges first, and then a little bit later another 2 oranges. Just try and eat like frequently during the day and add more and more fruit to your meals, right? And over time, you're definitely going to be able to slightly increase the portions of fruit and decrease the number of times that you actually eat during the day, right? Like right now, I don't eat like every hour or every 2 hours. I would eat like 6 huge oranges or grapefruits or whatever fruit is available, right? I would eat like a big bowl, and then maybe 3 hours later I might start getting for my lunch, and then I would enjoy my lunch and it's fine, and then I'm not hungry until dinner. So I eat about 3 meals a day, sometimes 2.5. So I don't need like a lot of little meals during the day anymore. I eat big meals and I feel satisfied, and I'm able to process them easily now, okay? Like at the beginning I couldn't fit so many oranges in my stomach, so I would have to eat frequently. Now it's no problem. So yeah, so these are basically my breakfast now, huge amounts of fruits, and it's good. Or I can have a smoothie or whatever. I have like huge smoothies, sometimes like 2 of these smoothies, and it lasts me a long time, and I am fine like 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours sometimes. If I'm busy, I'm not even thinking about food, and it's okay. And I don't feel hangry, by the way. I don't feel hangry. I used to feel so hangry, I remember, but I don't feel hangry anymore, and it's so much better now that I'm eating raw. And I mostly eat 1 or 2 fruits in the morning, and that's a good idea actually. If you're suffering with bloating or stomach issues or anything like this, it's a good idea. If you're starting fruit, don't mix up a whole bunch of fruits together and eat them. Like do a mono meal, 1 fruit at a time, maximum 2 fruits. That's it. I'll make like a very simple smoothie. Let's say strawberry, banana, and water. No nut milk right now, okay? If you're suffering with bloating, nut milk can actually make it worse, because it's better to keep it really simple. So just a couple of fruits and water, and make a very simple smoothie like that, and it's okay. Just eat and drink like that for a while, and you will see your stomach is gonna start healing. All those pains are gonna disappear, and you're gonna feel so much better. Okay, tip number 5, movement is key. Well, that's my favorite topic because I usually struggle with this. I have been struggling with this pretty much all my life. Even though I'm super active, I do a lot of things in the house, I'm always on the go, but to like dedicate a separate time, right? Just set the time and do your whatever yoga stretches or something. It makes a difference. When I do my yoga stretches, I feel so much better. I feel so much fitter, you know, I feel energized, and you know, I just feel good in general in my body if I do this. But the problem is with consistency. Okay, I do it, I don't know, maybe once a week, sometimes none a week. Sometimes I'm so busy running around, I forget what exercise is. But this could trigger some sort of stomach situations too sometimes. So sometimes I go for a walk, like 20-30 minutes outside is a good idea. But if you live in New York, you know how crappy the weather right now in New York, even though it's spring already. Today is March 18, but they projecting snow in a week, so it's really crappy. I don't know when this weather is gonna finally improve, and you know, when we're gonna have the spring. But you know what, it is what it is. I still have to figure out how to get time and just go outside and do my walking too, because I do my walking inside the house, but I feel better when I'm outside. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that we gotta move our body. If we have all this, some sort of, you know, stomach pain and all this stagnation inside, we need to kind of like, you know, release all that energy. And it helps to just like move around. We can just like whatever, do something fun, just turn on a song and dance. Sometimes that's what I do. I'm doing laundry folding and things like that, and I just do my weird dance, and my kids are making fun of me. But listen, I try to do the best I can. Okay guys, so if you try even a few of these tips, that you will notice a big difference. I promise you, just try. And yeah, you're gonna feel so much better, you're gonna feel so much lighter, you're gonna feel energized, and you know, your overall feeling is gonna be really good. So just try some of these tips, and let me know in the comments if you guys have any tips. Also, just share in the comments. I absolutely love reading all your comments. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to click on the like button and watch this next video right here for more bloating tips. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.